It's just
Click it.
themed for Twister.
It's showtime. Live on the movie podium.
Wow, you are talking so loud.
Am I?
I mean, that's fine. You're fine. But when you really emote like
When
that,
I get riled up?
yeah, when you
Should
get
I not
riled
be
up,
emotional?
I don't think you know how.
Yeah, it's either
That does not
I'm too
compute.
much. Or too
Your
little.
technology hasn't progressed that far.
Reboot.
Control,
Well,
delete.
Unplug,
I'm
plug
sad.
back in.
I'm sad that I can't say Disastery is off to a hot start again.
Yeah,
Can't
but it's
do it
blowing by. Am I right?
No.
It sure is. Oh, hello, John.
Hello, John.
Oh, we have a sound for that. Hello,
So-
John. Spot on.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Welcome to the Movie Podium, everybody. A weekly podcast where we collectively choose a movie to watch, and at the end of the week, we get together and talk about it. It's kind of like a book club.
But for movies.
It's for movies.
It's but for movies.
Ooh, Dave won this week.
Yeah, he did. I'm slacking.
I'm almost last.
We also came up with a set of questions to ask ourselves, such as, is this a podium movie or a top 3 in the year of its respective release? We're on our second week of Disastery. And since I'm a big movie tagline guy,
Oh, Matt's
I think-
roboting.
yeah, a little bit. I think my intro from now on is going to include the tagline. So for this one, be ready to talk about the dark side of nature. And without
The
further
dark side of
ado,
nature.
we present our next movie.
Storm chasers. So let's go. All right, we're moving. Yeah! It's headed right for us.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's about as epic as I expected. It's a disaster movie.
Yeah. You are roboting, Matt.
A little bit.
Your
My-
mic is
my-
being weird.
Really?
Yeah. And it's
Oh,
like
that's weird.
it seems like you're talking faster too.
Really?
Is that just happening for me, guys?
Yeah,
No,
that's happening for
it's-
me too.
Yeah.
My voice is like
I-
speeding up.
It sounds like it a little
It
bit.
sounds like you're cutting out. Like it's weird. What is that unplugged?
Technical difficulties.
Oh, I
What's
don't
that
know.
thing? What's the cord hanging in the back?
No,
I don't-
That's the mic.
That's for
Oh, mic.
another mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on dial-up? Jeez.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah,
Oh,
Alex says
Matt
Alex
weird.
says that he thought his connection was messed up. So it's not. It's not just me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Wait.
Wait.
I wonder if
There
our
we go.
internet sucks right now.
Now you're good.
Hmm.
I know we.
It looked like my video was glitchy too there for a second.
Yeah. And now
that
you sound
it's-
good.
Now
Yeah,
your
the other
your
kitchen.
audio's fine, and now the video's.
Really? I wonder if it's to do with our internet. Well, you were saying I was roboting, and I'm like,
Yeah.
No, now
I'm
you're
not
all
talking
caught up.
any different.
Now
Now
you're
it's
good.
good.
What?
We're
You're good now.
Yeah.
Weird. Well,
The
that's
fireworks. I don't even know if it still does that, but
All right. Well, as well as the movie, that was a whirlwind right there. Oh, am I glitching again?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're roboting
Your video is-
again.
Oh my god.
Matt,
Well,
Control Alt
must be
Delete
my
twice. It's
Yeah,
a forced
no kidding.
shutdown. It's a hard reboot.
Oh god. Well, we'll see how this goes. My internet's fine, is it? Well, I don't know. I mean,
This is great.
as it's fine. This is great.
This is
live.
awesome.
this is live on YouTube for everyone.
All right. Well, take over hosting. Yeah, that's right. Kick me off. Oh, I have
Okay,
some good
we're gonna-
stuff, though.
We're gonna you go ahead and rejoin, because I don't think it's gonna take us
All right.
offline if you rejoin, right?
Let's not. Let's try.
Okay.
Hey, here we go.
Hey everyone. I'm your host Matt Scott. Welcome to the movie podium.
Hey, Matt.
I'm here with my dudes. Dave.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, it's Matt.
What's
It's
up,
Matt
Dave?
right now.
Oh, Matt.
Hey,
Matt.
and cooking with Kevin.
Hey, that's me.
Cooking with Kevin. And
Big old bag of tater
this
tots.
week is I'd like to present our next movie, which is Twister. So this month, like Matt was saying, is Disastuary, and it is our month dedicated to natural disasters. Or natural disaster movies. Sorry. It's kind of timely, unfortunately for California, but I wish all of you well out there.
Yep.
But we
Yeah,
still
is okay.
yeah, that you sound great, Matt. Hello.
Oh, good.
Welcome
Hello.
back.
Let's maybe roll the intro.
Yeah, let's do it.
Seems like
Cheers.
that should come first, but here we
Cheers.
go.
Oh yeah.
That gets me every.
I added explosion sounds and another big explosion.
It's great.
Thank you.
I think it might need one more,
pretty awesome.
Eric.
You keep adding more explosions each time. That'd be the funniest shit ever.
Oh, that would be good.
Like, just each intro, it just gets longer with explosions.
That would be good. Yeah, we should reverse roles.
Yeah, I took over hosting for you.
Oh, nice.
I introduced the guys.
Oh, you did already?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm Matt.
I'm Matt Scott, and this is the movie podium.
No,
And I'm here with my dudes.
Oh, you're Matt.
We are Matt Scott.
Oh God. It's like what's the being John Malkovich? We're all John Malkovich.
Yeah.
No, I'm John Malkovich.
I've been told I look like him, so there's that. Well, before we get into the episode, we'd like to thank all our Patreon supporters who have been following us on our podcast journey. If you haven't checked it out, join our
Yes.
Patreon where you can get some casting credits and have access to our private Discord. Daniel's on his 3rd episode of playing through Batman.
Oh, he's doing it?
Yeah, he's
Did
playing
he do
through
last week?
Arkham Asylum.
Last week?
Yeah, he did it last
weekend.
Yeah, he did it last Saturday at 1. Me
Nice.
and Pears. Yeah, you get William Dafoe. Yeah, I can see that.
It's Willem, not William.
Willem. Yeah, sorry. And what did John say? Oh, Matt.
Malkovich.
Oh my God. You can also check out the moviepodium.net for shirts and koozies.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
I don't like it. Doesn't my cup doesn't fit
Oh,
in the koozie?
no.
But I got a
Oh,
cup.
there
I got
you
a
go.
koozie.
Alex, you wearing your shirt lately? We'll see. All right, random ass fact time. Y'all ready?
Y'all ready for this?
Got a 6.5 on IMDb or a minus 0.5 Thor.
Ooh.
Definitely not rated as high as it should be.
I agree. I like it better than Thor.
It's 100% at least a Thor.
Agreed.
Yeah, I
Which
think
is a
definitely
7.
I'd say above a Thor.
I give it a Thor 0.2.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what? I'm with you, Dave.
Yeah, I think I'd say or third that. First fact. They used a real cow when filming the tornado scene on the farm.
That's awesome.
There's
I'm kidding.
No way. Yeah, that was definitely CGI.
Did they launched a cow?
Honestly,
When I
the worst
It doesn't look that
looking.
bad.
I think the worst looking CGI in the movie was those space scenes in the beginning.
yeah.
Like the satellite looked real fake. Real fake.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. Alex's shirt is in the rotation. I know this weather
Ooh,
is
nice.
not going so great. Yeah, when I was typing that one out, I was laughing pretty hard. And I'm like, oh my God, am I going to be able to say that with a serious face? Like, without giving away that I'm just being a jackass.
It's like what was that? The Chris Tucker one and
Oh, yeah. Something about Rush Hour.
No, I think Dave got us with the Nick Cage boat. Is the same one as the Goonies boat.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah,
Really?
National Treasure.
No.
So this was directed by Jean Dubont,
Jean.
which if you recognize that name, it's because it's the second movie we've done of his. You have to go all the way back to our second episode with Speed. He directed Speed. So after Speed, so he did this, then he did Speed 2, The Haunting, and Tomb Raider. So he went from his first two of Speed and Twister to 3 duds. And then he stopped.
Wait, hold on.
There's a decent amount of gaps between those movies too.
Yeah. So he went Speed, Twister,
Okay. Then Speed
and
2.
then Speed 2, and then The Haunting and Tomb Raider.
Okay, so Speed 2 and Tomb Raider are also classics. I don't know about The
I
Haunting.
guess you could say that. Well, not sure if this is a fact or a minor plot hole, but in the beginning scene, Joe's father, the tornado, might be an F5. He says, oh, it might be an F5. Well, the Fujita scale, which categorizes tornadoes, wasn't developed until 1971. The beginning of this movie takes place in 1969.
Wah, wah.
So there was.
Well, they said that's why they said it might be. They couldn't confirm it.
Oh, that's what. And I thought, though.
This might be an F5 on that scale that they're going to create in like 4 years.
Dude, it was a big tornado.
It was a big tornado. It took him
Exactly.
right out of the cellar.
Yeah,
I know, when I-
look, I got beef with that.
Yeah, I was laughing at the Fujita scale. I thought the
Clearly,
exact same
he
thing.
didn't need to go up there and hold the fucking door.
Yes, he didn't.
The other two were just fine, just standing back while the door was gone.
Yeah.
Even the little dog.
Well,
Yeah.
Spielberg said that originally the father was not supposed to die. But then they thought, well, we
Let's
need more
suck
of
him up
plot
into a
device.
tornado.
Yeah, we need more of a plot device.
We need
She's
drama.
got to have her a reason. Let's
Okay.
kill him.
I am also going to jump in and say that I don't even know if I realized that intro scene was actually Joe until maybe a
Really?
couple years ago.
Really?
Like hilariously long, or like hilariously recently, I realized, that's supposed to be the character from the rest of them. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's why
hilarious.
that's there.
Yeah. I really
funny.
just thought it was like, oh, this family's getting hit by a tornado. There goes a person. We're in for a ride.
That's awesome. I actually enjoy that scene. For anyone who doesn't or didn't look up the facts, probably Kevin, can anyone guess how they came up with the sound of the tornado?
I don't know, but it was kind of stupid.
Was it one of
it's
those
stupid,
things that
alright.
they
No,
twirl?
It sounds
No.
like a growl.
you're on to something.
Ooh.
It's a camel, a moaning camel.
A moaning camel.
I'm gonna start calling
I mean-
Daniel the moaning Campbell.
It's no joke. It's a camel moaning, and they slowed it down to make it sound deeper.
That's
some Eric
awesome.
Shit right
It's,
there.
That's a
It's-
weird.
I could do that.
it's such a goofy sound to
I know.
add fear to tornadoes coming. But in reality, it would just sound like a bunch of
Wind. Yeah. All right, I got 2 more. Anyone want to guess how many total tornadoes were in the film?
I'm gonna say 7.
I'm gonna say 10.
Only right in between and go 9.
Dang, nobody got it. 8.
Oh, 8. Oh, the one.
We were
No.
dancing right
If
around.
John was here, he would have said 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
7,
he
9,
would have
and
said
10.
20. He's too high.
No, he would have trailed behind.
would've
We
went
would have
high.
all casted our numbers, and then he would be like, you know what? I'm just gonna pick the one right in the middle, 8. So he would have won.
Or 3.
3.
All right, last one, which is this one blows my mind considering the fact that we just talked about being 8 tornadoes, not including the prologue. The entire movie, I don't know, did you guys realize this? The entire movie happens in 24 hours.
I got the sense of it.
Yeah,
I got that it was like really condensed.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense that it's just the span of a day because you.
Does it?
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't
from-
you don't see any cuts from
Sure.
when Bill and Melissa are
arrives.
driving down
Yeah.
the road to
Right.
the end of the movie. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I guess what I think is hilarious is that there were 8 tornadoes in a 24-hour span around them, including an
big storm.
F5.
it was a
Yeah.
big storm.
It was a big storm.
Yeah.
You
don't-
don't like a 48
It's not gonna-
hour.
I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
it would definitely take a lot more research, but are that amount of tornadoes in one storm uncommon? Has that ever happened before?
Seems pretty unlikely.
I mean,
Maybe
it's
somebody
pretty-
can chat GPT.
Look, it's a movie, so let's step
Sure.
it up. Mega tornadoes, goddammit.
Sure. It is disastuary.
Yeah.
I just thought it was
I
funny.
mean, they did a mega like triple tornado where
I mean,
it
shit,
broke
with
off.
the way things are going around the country right now with weather and shit. Anyway, who's
John
to say
says
that it might not happen?
It's fair. Well, John's our resident weatherman. He said it's not that implausible. So I'll
Google
take
tells
his-
me that a big storm, quote unquote, can produce anywhere from a handful to several dozen tornadoes.
wow. Okay.
That's
Well-
just what Google says, so I don't know if it's correct.
I mean,
would
it's
make
more
sense
right than
that-
me.
That storm chasers could spend an entire day chasing tornadoes throughout a storm.
Yeah.
Guess so. Well, it's just weird that it was a 24-hour movie, and you don't really think of it as that, I guess.
No,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I don't think again, when I first watched it, I don't think I thought of it, but like the more I watch it, the more it does you understand like, oh,
Yeah.
well, her truck got fucked up, so now they're using his truck.
Because I mean,
Right.
like the
True.
the
And it
amount of
doesn't cut.
distance that they're driving, like we're not taking into account like the distance that they're driving between scenes to like
Yeah.
get to these different counties and areas of Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
like that's where the cuts are. It's cutting out the drive to Aunt Meg's,
Sure.
the drive to the
Wakita.
next tornado, like blah blah blah.
Wakita. Sure. Yeah. Thought that was interesting. All right. Ready for some questions?
Do it.
We could do that.
Sweetly.
Let's do it. First question. Favorite thing about the movie? Eric?
It's Twister, and it's silly, and it's awesome, and I love it. Also,
Nice.
Bill Paxton.
Bill
Rest in
Paxton.
peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. That's what I put down. There's so
Nice.
many things that I like about this movie, even though it's ridiculous.
But just because
No,
it's this movie and it's about tornadoes, you
Yes.
love it.
You know what? Let me go further. I'm gonna say the scene that at the end when they are in the middle, the eye of the F5 tornado,
Oh.
anchored to, I don't know, whatever
The
post or
pipes.
pole, with belts or I don't know what they have on them, but that's my favorite thing about the movie.
Nice. There are a lot of awesome things in this movie. Kevin? What do you got?
I'm going to the complete opposite end of the movie and saying the intro.
Yeah.
Because
I
it
agree
is
with that.
so intense, and the movie starts out with that, and your eyes
Yeah.
are glued to it immediately as soon as you
Yep.
start watching this. And I forgot about the intro and how intense it is at the beginning.
It is intense.
And like you're just hoping,
Pretty intense.
I know Eric's with me on this. You're just wanting that dog to live.
Oh yeah,
And-
100%.
Oh, of
You're
course.
like, come on, get down in there, get in there, get in there. And Dog gets in there. R.I.P. the dad, but the dog lived.
Yeah, that's
You
all
know
good.
what? The dad was the dumb idiot that held the door while the tornado was right there.
All dogs were saved in this
Yes. Yeah, and that's great.
Even horses live too.
Yeah.
The intro is definitely more intense. John, how many times did you watch this one? Dave, what was your favorite thing?
movie. This is just a really good 90s action movie that
Yes, it is.
just feels 90s. I mean, you as them using the maps to get around and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
it's incredible. The drive-in
see-
theater. Fucking
Yeah.
the tornado.
Oh, that was cool.
The tornado that rips through the theater
That's
while
a
The
cool
Shining
scene.
is playing. Like,
Did
Yeah,
you see
that's a cool
the laptop that they closed? It's
Yeah.
like a giant like dictionary looking thing.
Oh, yeah, I know.
For as goofy as this movie is, the attention to detail is pretty cool. Like
It's really
the way-
good.
all the way down to like whenever they figure out they need to attach some kind of thing to the device to get it to float up into the tornado. Whenever they're cutting up the aluminum cans, all their hands are covered in cut
Yeah.
from cutting up aluminum cans and making those things have the the propeller or I can't think of the word. There it was, propeller.
Yep.
But yeah,
I didn't notice that actually.
Yeah. Like when they're putting them in the bin, like their hands are covered in blood.
Yeah, it's really. Yeah, I do agree. The attention to detail is great. Also,
Julie
the cows
said-
did not survive. Yeah.
Cows didn't. Julie says that the map dude is the most underrated person on the crew, which is true.
Yeah, absolutely. He's running
Unless,
that.
except for the fact that Paxton could he's so in tuned with the tornadoes, he can tell when they're gonna shift.
the extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Not forget
He's-
Dusty.
No one forgets Dusty.
Dorothy.
Dottie or it's
Dorothy.
Dorothy in this one, yeah. And it's funny because in the new Twisters, it's the girl is basically Bill Paxton. They basically just swapped him out. I want to make I want to name her daughter. Yeah, exactly.
My dear God. Casey Jones.
Casey Jones has arrived in the chat. It's funny, in the drive-in scene, the movie playing is The Shining. The last time I went to the drive-in with the boys, we saw Beetlejuice. The next movie was The Shining, and we were driving away, and Cohen's like, "Ooh, what's that?" I'm like, we're leaving.
You wouldn't like it.
Did a tornado rip through it just like
Thankfully not.
That's good.
Yeah, very good.
John says he
cooler
loves
if
the
it
map
did.
dude, which is true.
Oh, he would.
Yeah.
you guys all keep calling him the map dude. His name is Rabbit.
Rabbit, sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Like White Rabbit in 8 Mile. Remember that episode?
Dude, I've seen this movie a lot.
Yeah.
This movie was played in my house as a child a lot.
It
My
is a
mom-
good one.
My mom was a big fan of disaster movies, which is why
Really?
this theme is hilarious.
Hopefully she gets to check one of these out. My favorite thing is that it's a lot better of a disaster movie than Dante's Peak.
What?
It's a lot more realistic. Tornadoes are bad and cause damage a lot of places or more often. And also the special effects, for the most part, for being 30 years old, are great. And I really enjoy all the chase sequences. Like anytime they get in the truck and they're driving and chasing around, those scenes are so fun. It's an adventure and an action disaster. I mean, it's kind of a great combo of all of those.
Put the time alert.
Throwback. The only good part about Dante's Peak.
Also,
And
I just
Grandma.
want to say that when you said it's believable, I don't think you can outrun an F5 tornado on foot.
You can't.
But I could
Fair
be
enough.
wrong. I could
Fair
be
enough.
wrong.
Yeah, I mean Dante's Peak's
Just depends on how
Dante's
good a shape
Peaks.
you're in.
Yeah, that's true.
Dante's Peak did have some decent special effects too. I don't disagree with that. It just was a lot more corny, I guess, the way it was delivered. I thought this was more, I don't know, more mainstream. I'm not sure how to explain it, but I felt like it wasn't as clunky as Dante's Peak. Like it had a good flow to it. Like
Yeah.
there wasn't a time where it was like slow then fast, slow then fast. It had a good pace. I mean, it kept you interested. I thought Dante's Peak had a few times when you're like, when is this thing gonna explode?
Real quick, Matt, you watched Volcano
Yes.
over this past week,
here.
right?
Yes.
I would like you to
did.
weigh in on your opinion about the vote, how the vote went last week, where Volcano
Yes.
lost to Dante's Peak.
Yeah, I will. So I did go back and watch Volcano. I went to the library and got it on DVD. Went back and watched it, and I have to say that Volcano is a much better movie than Dante's Peak. It's more ridiculous
Yes,
and over the top. However, in this case, I think it works.
it's
Like,
better.
It's way more entertaining, which is what I want out of a disaster movie.
Yeah,
And
How
I
dare
thought
you
it's
fold to Eric like that.
Yeah,
It's
I'm-
not just
I
me.
agree.
it's
I agree.
It's the rule, like the right decision. But again, Dante's Peak has the better title, has the better poster, and I don't know what the tagline is,
the
but
better movie.
the tagline
Not as good as The Coast is Toast.
Yeah, the coast is toast.
He's got a point here. Or Casey Jones got a point. Who can't outrun an F5? John Cena. That's very true. I kind of forgot that was a wrestling move. Daniel's not here to talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, next category. Least favorite thing about the movie. Dave, what was your least favorite thing?
Probably the sounds that they decided to use for the tornadoes.
You didn't like
You mean the moaning camel?
The Mooning Game.
I mean, it's just nitpicky things about it. Like whenever they take off on the caravan, like for the first time, and Dusty's like yelling and screaming like behind them, like nobody's fucking hearing anything. Like
Dusty's not doing it for anyone else but himself.
it's also just
Right.
very odd, like that all of these radio channels are so open that whenever Joe and Bill are having dialogue and bickering, that everyone can just hear them on the radio. Like,
Yeah.
so you had to like push a button to talk over CB radio, but that's just me.
Maybe it was 90s tech. Maybe the button was stuck.
Or it was so windy that the wind pushed the button in and held it there.
I will say, my kids just got walkie-talkies for Christmas, and Channel 18 has some sort of police station or something going on. We found one of the stations on there, some channel, and it's like people talking. So, I mean,
That's
these were
weird.
just kids walkie-talkie. It's very weird.
Right? Remember
Trip.
had that.
Oh my God, Trip had the CD.
radio.
Oh man, he would just sit on the counter eating lunch meat, listen to random calls. So good. Kevin, what about you?
I actually have a couple. I wrote down one and then I remembered another
Oh,
one.
don't tell me you like Dante's Peak better.
I do. But the
It's Pierce Brosnan. Dude,
is
that
the
movie
Pierce
edged
Brosnan
him
effect.
like he told us it edged him like
it edged
crazy.
me. But
It's
the
fucking gross, Kevin.
Freed, and then he
you,
came.
you brought that up, Eric.
I can't get it out of my fucking head.
But there's the time in this movie where there's a semi with a tanker truck and it's getting blown around in the tornado. But
Yeah.
for some reason, his Dodge Ram does not get picked up by that tornado. It moves a little bit on the road, but there's a fucking tank truck getting thrown at them by this storm, and it just makes no sense why if it could lift that up, why wouldn't that truck be blown out a mile away?
And go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, the other one was there's a scene in there early on where they're driving down the road and then Carrie Elwes, is it Jonas? They're passing the whole the group on there, and then as soon as Carrie Elwes goes right next to Bill Paxton or Bill and Melissa's truck, they just somehow become the same speed, and then let the conversation of who that guy is, and as soon as that Jonas's character is described, then they continue on moving faster. It's like you're not just going to start passing somebody, drive right beside somebody, and then as soon as the story's done, just keep driving faster.
Kevin.
I've driven with plenty of drivers that do that on the highway all the time.
John used
Kevin,
to do that.
Cody's got a question for you. Dante's Peaker better than Red Heat?
Dante's Peaker.
Dante's Peaker is better than Red Heat.
You like Dante's Peak better than Red Heat? For real?
I do.
Wow. Spoiler alert, Jodie Foster is not in the new Twister movie. Well, she wasn't in the old one either.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is
That's Helen Hunt.
What is
Casey
that comment
Jones?
even for?
How many beers you had already, Casey? Helen
He's
Hunt.
been shoveling all night.
Quit displaying Casey Jones's.
Put him in timeout.
You can. Eric, what's your list? Or do you have any more, Kevin? Any more least favorite parts?
No, there's a two that came up.
All right. Eric, what about you?
My least favorite thing was the fact that there is a lot of shit that they have to do in order to turn on that first Dorothy.
Oh,
He's back there for like a good minute or two.
And then she turns it on like instantly.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. She
what
knew
the
that.
hell?
Yeah, that was pretty obnoxious.
Yeah, it's like a single switch.
He
Like
got
he goes back in the
destroyed,
back of
right?
the truck, and he's like going all over the bed
Yeah.
of the truck, and gets hit with something getting flown around, and she's like opens up the back window and just flips the switch and back in. It's good.
Yeah.
Easy as that. Oh, we got some. Stands for Helen Hunter. Yes, sir. My least favorite thing was the way they used Carrie Elwes' character. He's supposed to be this villain or this antagonist, and I like that concept. However, I just don't think he appears enough in the movie, and they really just turn him into a dead end of a plot. I wish they could have used him more in more of a sinister way or something. But like the beginning, he's like, "Oh, you stole my shit," and all this, and then it just kind of just dies, and he's not there that much. Like I wish they would have used him.
He
more.
got
If they were
picked up
going
by
to-
the tornado. and
Yeah,
killed.
but before that. I just want to.
Oh, yeah.
I
okay.
understand that. I'm saying like
That's
there could have been more with him in terms of being a bad guy.
You're like trying to
Instead of just-
sabotage something. with
Yeah,
their team.
exactly. There could have been more to it. Oh my
Even-
god, I'm dying. Helen Hunter Helmsley,
Oh my gosh.
even
Triple H in the building.
even with his death, his driver dies more dramatically than he dies. The driver
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
shoved through his chest.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I just think that I like the concept of having somebody that steals his thing. Like that's all cool, but they could have done more sinister with it. That's
I
all.
agree.
Yeah, there was no villain, and I know you don't have to have a villain, but
The
since
tornado.
they
Yeah, the tornado's
yeah,
the villain.
right, and I'm good with that too. But don't introduce a guy and then don't do anything with him. And she's right. It's just show how exactly to show how good the main people are. I wish there were. It's just kind of pointless.
Because
Um,
it's not even that he was bad. He just
I know.
it's just like he got a job working for a company that gave him all the tech gadgets to do
Yeah.
his job better.
It
He
was
got
basically
sponsored. Pretty much.
right. So like, rub it
Team
in.
Pup and
Make him.
Suds.
That's
Make him
why
a
he
bad guy.
cast it as Kevin for me.
Spoiler alert. All right. Next category. Who won the movie? Did anybody say Helen Hunter Helmsley?
I have a feeling Casey Jones will.
No, I said Dorothy 4.
Oh,
Oh, nice. I just said Dorothy, but I'll
nice.
piggyback on Dave's.
Dang,
Because
we had
Dorothy
two
4 is
Dorothy.
the winner.
I picked
right.
Joe, Helen Hunt's character.
Helen Hunter's character.
Helen Hunter, Hemsley, sorry.
It's not her name.
But yeah, she got her man back. She never had the divorce papers ever got turned in.
Man, that was
She won.
another
That's what she
really
wanted.
weird part of the movie, huh?
That
Like-
was actually my other least favorite thing, was that plot line, bringing in his fiance, and then like just to show you that he was gonna get back with Helen Hunter, you know?
Yeah, and again with just the open CB channels where she just gets to hear.
I know, come on. Just
Look
to do
around
that.
you. What do you mean?
Yeah, Carrie Elwes was a sellout in the movie, and you know we hate sellouts.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of that.
Sellouts are the worst. Never mind. I'm with you.
My answer to who won the movie though was Bill Paxton, or his character, because he finally figured out his romance with Joe, and Dorothy was finally a success.
Yeah.
So those are my two reasons. But I like Dorothy too, and Helen Hunter.
No, it was Dorothy.
I'm
Ford.
gonna-
Yeah,
I
Dorothy
can't
4.
stop
You
didn't like
saying
Dorothy
that.
1 or
Helen
3?
Hunter.
Dorothy 2, was that the one?
That was
that-
Electric Boogaloo.
Dorothy 2 Electric Boogaloo. Was that up on the hill?
Was that with the one in the
Yes.
valley?
Yeah. No,
And-
yeah, that
and-
was the one on the hill where they could hear on the CB radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Dorothy 3 was when Michael Myers wasn't in it. Oh, that's Halloween 3. Okay.
Oh,
Next category. Favorite song, moment, or score scene. I'm
we're
going,
going off
first.
the rails here.
Would
I'm
go
going
first.
Here we
first.
are.
Call me. So this is a movie based in Oklahoma, and I can't say I'm a huge country fan, so I had to go with the song that was from one of my favorite classic rock bands and pick, sorry Dave, the Van Halen song "Human Beings."
Oh no, that's not my pick. So you're good.
All right, good. and that's when they're chasing the tornado, and you got some
Yeah.
Van Halen shredding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was like my favorite part.
that's when he Dusty puts on the loudspeakers.
Yeah.
All right,
And they're,
that-
driving
that's,
down, chasing.
Mine
That
is
was
the introduction to Dusty whenever he's jamming out to "Motherless Child" by Eric Clapton.
Oh, nice. Nice.
With the music video on
Yeah,
the TV,
he's not-
right?
He's playing
Yeah.
music videos
Yeah.
in his van.
John,
None of you guys brought up my title. What is the name of his van? Barn Burner.
Barn burner.
oh, that is a good one. Oh, I just saw your name. I didn't even see that. That's awesome. John, was Dusty your favorite character? Had to be, right? That is John's like character for sure. And I feel like John's a big Philip Seymour Hoffman guy.
Yeah.
Eric, what was your favorite song moment?
I said the Van Halen thing too, but now I'll just go with the moaning camel. Just to be
that's
different.
great. Nice. There's two Van Halen songs too, I guess. There's one after the credits, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
staying for the credits these days.
I'm not.
I knew it.
I will say this is a pretty terrible soundtrack past that. There's a lot of just really
A lot of
sappy 90s
lame ass
songs.
country songs. Sorry for any country fans in here.
Is the
I know
Red
we're-
Hot Chili Peppers song in this made for the movie?
Probably.
What
There's a
song is that?
It's called. It's what was
I don't even know if I
I looked it
noticed
up.
that.
It's Melancholy Mechanics.
I have no
Huh.
idea.
Yeah, I don't even know if I
When I looked it
noticed
up,
that.
when I
Really?
looked it up, the only album cover that popped up was a Twisters like soundtrack album. cover.
Probably.
So that's why I was
Probably.
like, I don't,
Wait, Twister or Twisters?
Twister.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm only clarifying because when you type in Twister, no kidding, the first thing that comes up is actually Twisters.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't
yeah,
even
like,
Google
it-
Twister.
It like auto put the S at the end. And I was
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
That's not what I want, damn it.
all right. Quit forcing me. Kevin, did you have an answer?
Oh, I was with you, the Van Halen.
Nice. Yeah, I mean the sappy country stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's always in like a radio in the background. It's
Yeah, that's the
they
other
input
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which,
Dusty playing it on the loudspeaker.
right.
Except for that, yes.
Yep. All right, next category. Favorite line from the movie. Eric, what about you? I stole yours.
My favorite line.
Gotta be. There's a winner here for sure.
My favorite line is, "It's already here," and it's only because the thought of a tornado sneaking up on people at a drive-in is absolutely ridiculous. Like, there's no way in hell that you wouldn't know a fucking tornado is like within sight of you. There's absolutely no way that it would be calm or like you wouldn't hear anything. So just like the thought of that tornado sneaking up on him, and he goes, "It's already here." They all just run into the garage.
That's so corny.
It's an F5 also, so
Is it?
Of course.
that was
No,
the F5, wasn't it?
the F5
No,
is
no.
the last one.
Yeah, that was the
There's
last
only
one.
one F5, and it's the last one. Well, and maybe the first one, but we don't know because it didn't exist. So maybe. Dave, what about you? What was your favorite line?
All I'm saying is, don't fold the maps.
You're definitely a rabbit guy, aren't
You
you?
got a crease going right through Arkansas.
Nice. Kevin?
I don't even know who says it, but when Bill comes up and is about to fight Jonas, when he's displaying his device, and they just say, "What's your malfunction, man?" And
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why that stuck out. I'm like, that's just such a weird phrase to say to somebody when
Yeah, it
they've
is.
got an issue.
What's your
Good one.
malfunction, man?
I get that all the time.
My RAM's full. Let me reboot.
Yeah. Casey Jones she's coming right for us. Oh, boy. I got a couple. I didn't know if anybody else
I
had
have
any
more.
other ones. So I'll go with the one that I don't think anybody had. So I'm obviously a sucker for metaphors and bigger picture in the movie type references.
Oh, I'm
So
smart.
That's not what I mean by that. I just like the ideas. And so I like when the crew says, "Check out the sky," and Joe finally says, "I think we've seen enough." Now, obviously, they're talking about another storm directly that they're seeing, but bigger picture-wise, they're also talking about her relationship or her romance with our boy, Bill Paxton. So I thought that was a cool
Yeah.
reference.
I love the line whenever Dusty finds out that Bill is getting married to Melissa, and he goes, "Dude, you're taking the vows? That's sweet."
Or Dusty to Melissa saying the suck zone.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
They call it the suck zone.
It's the point basically when the twister sucks you up. That's not the technical term for it. Obviously.
I can't remember who says it, but it's at one point. I think it's whenever like they're getting ready to take off after the first storm, and somebody just goes, "It's fatty time."
That's what John says every night. I guess that could be taken different ways. Anybody else have any other lines?
I love when Dusty runs up on Melissa after she just dodges that truck, and he goes, "You just missed that truck."
Oh
That's
yeah,
awesome."
that was hilarious. That's awesome. That was a
Big
good one.
Dusty guy's here.
Oh yeah, Dusty's great.
He's
I
the
mean,
best.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. I mean, he gives it 110% every single role we've watched of his.
Yeah.
Like every movie he's in, he kills it.
Yeah, whether it's a minor role or a major role, it's like he just puts it all to get in there.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome. I had one more. Did anybody else have any quotes? I have one more. I think the most notable quote, or at least what most people remember, is "Cal, another Cal." Actually, I think that was the same one.
Yeah. I gotta go. We got cows.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the obvious one. Does this movie get made now?
Yeah.
Nah.
No.
Considering you put this movie in, the new one comes up. I think that answer was already solved.
What are they gonna call Twister 3? Twisters.
With a Z.
Twisted.
Twisted.
Oh boy, that's a good start. Has
Yep,
everybody
that's it.
here seen the new one?
I have not.
I started.
Okay,
it,
so
but
I
we can't talk
almost,
about
I
it.
almost put it on after Twister, but I wanted to watch football.
I think you made the right decision. So I watched Twisters before Twist. I mean, obviously I'd seen Twister before, but it's been a while. But I actually watched Twisters and then I watched this. This was much better. I think there are some entertaining things about Twisters and they modernized it, and I won't give too much away. And I like Glenn Powell in it, but other than that, it's basically the same movie. Like I didn't realize it's basically a copy of this movie. Like it's just remade with different actors and barely a different storyline. I mean, it's not good. It should be about a minus point, minus one Thor maybe.
Do they
About a
have the
6.
Dusty?
They don't have a Dusty. Actually,
Oh, then it's fucking shit. Then no.
I know. They don't have a Dusty. They do have a Dorothy, like literally called Dor. I mean, they basically just stole the movie. But I thought it was a sequel because they added the S, but it's not a sequel. I mean, it's kind of dumb.
It's so they wouldn't have to call it Twister 2 Electric Boogaloo. They just they just
Exactly.
call it Twisters.
Movies. All right, now to a more favorable category, considering this is a disaster movie. Most rewatchable scene. Let's see. Kevin?
I'm going back to my favorite part of the movie is the intro.
Oh, you bastard.
Just
Me too.
yeah, it's just intense. You gotta love it. It's right off the bat, right in your face. There's a major tornado. The family's panicking, and you get the dog saved. The only thing that's bad is the dog, or the dad dies. But other than that,
Yeah.
it is a awesome, intense, suspenseful scene.
Yeah, I also, before we go to anybody else, I also said that. I don't think it's too long or drawn out. In the new one, there's a similar scene. Won't give too much away, but it's a similar scene in terms of big scary tornado. But it's like 10 fucking minutes. This
Big
is like
scary tornado.
this is like 3-4 minutes. Boom, we're right in there. And for me, this one hits home a lot because I've been on job sites that have literally been hit by tornadoes and people have died. So I know that there's quite a big impact on these. I've seen it firsthand, and it sucks. And so this intro is just like, it puts it on the map right away, and it really does have that effect. So I agree with you, Kevin. It's definitely a good way to start a disaster movie.
Yeah.
Eric, what about you?
I had a couple. Number one, I put down is when they drive through the house that rolled on its side.
Oh, that was crazy.
It's just
That is
ridiculous.
a A/B repeat for sure.
Yeah. But then next to that is when they're at the drive-in and the Twister sneaks up on them and he says, "It's already here."
She's coming for us.
That is my favorite scene of the whole movie because it's so ridiculous.
That's awesome. Dave, what about you?
Yeah, that's my favorite scene.
Is it really?
The whole like at the drive-in
Oh shit, I'm sorry, Dave.
slash like I don't know, rest stop area that they're at, like just all that whole scene there.
When he grabs
Yeah.
the hose And then a fucking hubcap.
And then the hubcap
Hits his
hits
head.
his head.
Yeah, they're all in the pit underneath where like someone
Yeah.
changes the oil and shit.
Yeah.
Nobody said the cow flying around. Darn.
I mean, it was funny.
Yeah, we don't like when
Definitely.
animals get hurt here, though, at the movie podium.
Well, he didn't die.
I'm pretty sure that cow's dead.
Yeah, the cow's probably
They didn't
dead.
show it.
That's
true.
Cows always land on their feet. Haven't you guys heard that?
What is
yeah,
it?
that's-
Cows always land on their feet.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
cows, cats.
I've heard that about cats, yeah, not cows.
That's cows.
I did not.
Never heard it about cats. I don't know.
So Julie asks, anyone go on the old Twister ride at Universal? The cows make an appearance. When I went to Universal, I don't remember riding the Twister. I remember at Cedar Point riding the Wicked Twister.
No, yeah.
That's not the same. Have you guys been to Universal? There's a lot of cool movie rides. We should go there and do some movie rides. Though they've changed it a lot. It used to have a lot of classic movies like Jaws, E.T. They shut all those down apparently. What a bummer.
to make
Just
room for
Harry
more.
Potter. Yeah, for Harry Potter World.
Harry Potty.
Harry Potter.
You said Harry
Oh, it
Potty
was
real
a
quick.
video. Okay, I didn't even know that. That's wild. It was a video immersive ride. Oh, now they just like at the mall you can get in the 4K rides and they just blow wind and spit shit at you.
That sounds
booth.
gross.
Very gross.
It is kind of gross. Oh my god.
Casey Jones.
Lost my virginity on the Wicked Twister. Well, that's a wild ride right there.
Okay,
I'll
there
tell
we go.
you
That's,
what.
That's a ride.
now that that's out there.
Somebody got a wild ride. All right, next category. Most
Is
likely to
Cody
be the
saying that something penetrated him.
It was a Wicked Twister. Next category. Most likely to be the off-screen drug.
Look at me, Kevin.
Look
It's
at me now.
Daniel.
I'm saying John because he's not here. Well, he's here, but not. He's here, but he's not on screen.
Julie asked to Casey, was it to
Dottie.
die? Oh, that's why Wicked Twister is shut down. Kevin, who is your off-screen drunk?
I honestly, I didn't even figure out one because all of them I think are drunks
Yeah, it's probably true.
on that
They're in
crew.
Oklahoma.
Honestly,
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all from Oklahoma. Yeah, that's chase tornadoes and drink whiskey.
yeah, like who's crazy enough to do that? Like I'm not even that crazy. Like I like a good storm, but I'm not going to a damn tornado.
No, I just wait till afterwards, unfortunately. Dave, what about you?
What?
Oh, it's Kevin.
No, it's me.
We already went over this.
Oh yeah, we don't have a. That's true.
It's always Kevin.
I said Bill Paxton's ex-fiance, probably during the time of the movie because she
Yes.
had to tolerate all that crazy shit, and then probably afterwards because she had to deal with being dumped by Bill Paxton.
That makes more sense than afterwards. 'cause
Melissa.
she went through all of that.
Wait.
Yeah,
Melissa.
Did
Yep.
she dumped him?
Yeah, she dumped him.
Well, yeah, sort of. She dumped him because he was going after Helen Hunter.
Yeah, but he was still like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What are you doing? Why? What you?
Yeah,
what do
but
you mean
come
you don't do that?"
on.
That's a good Bill
He
Paxton.
did.
You're right. But it was obviously because he was going after her, Triple H. Eric, what did you say?
I said Melissa.
Oh, dang.
As well.
Nice. Good answer.
Just Triple H.
We got a nice live chat going tonight about
Yeah.
Dottie Henson. Jesus can't hit a curveball, but Dottie Henson can. I like that. That's pretty true. Have mercy. All right, next category. Let's cast our friends. Anybody
Okay.
want to go first?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll go
right,
first.
thanks.
I'll go.
Perfect.
I'll go first, but like we can all
for it.
agree that John is Dusty, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I could nail down.
Yeah. So John is Dusty. He's kind of just doing his own thing.
He's the free spirit.
Yeah, he's grooving. He's chill. So let's see. After that, I said that I'm Jonas because Jonas has all the gadgets and the techie stuff. So he also doesn't have any of the instinct. They said he has all the tech but no instinct. I feel like I might have instinct, but I don't know.
You probably have more than he did.
Yeah. I said, Matt, you're Joe, because Joe can kind of be obsessed with the goal of catching the tornado and releasing Dorothy, and can kind of get hyper focused on it, and you can do that.
Accurate. Yeah.
You can release Dorothy.
Yes, you can release Dorothy. I said Daniel is Bill because I could see him trying to move on from us, from something, and like only to come back in or like bump into us at like a restaurant or something in the middle of some shit, and then he's like, "Ah, well, fuck it, I'm back, boy."
Podcast return, baby.
I'm not back. Okay, I'm back.
And then I said Dave is Melissa, the therapist, mostly because Daniel wants to marry him. And then also Dave is Rabbit because he's quoted Rabbit a lot, and I can see that.
That's fair.
And that's my list.
Nice. Well done.
Thank you.
Kevin?
My only one was John.
He's Dusty.
Nice.
That was
Dave?
just a spot on.
Yeah, Kevin is Jonas. John is Dusty. Eric is Baxter.
Which one's Baxter?
Which one's Baxter?
He was the one helping Joe trying to get the satellite to work, and then it like kind of zapped in her face,
okay.
and then it like
Yeah.
started
Okay.
working again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. Matt is Joe,
Yeah.
and then Daniel. Yeah, Daniel's Bill.
It's hilarious. Oh, we've got Alex says Dave is Helen Hunt because hot. I'm glad it's a running bit. It's a great bit.
It's Helen Hunter.
It's Helen Hunter. I know, I lost it. I had to read it. I had Daniel as Jonas Miller because heel.
Yeah.
I actually said Eric was Dusty.
Hell yeah.
It's
It's the suck zone.
I don't know. I had John for somebody else, and I just get the vibe from you two, Eric, and like a good positive vibe way.
I like that.
Dusty has a lot of energy.
What?
Dusty has a lot of
Yeah,
energy.
and so does
That's
Eric.
true. Yeah.
Eric can.
no,
I
that's-
think Eric can.
That's where like the casting of John, it was a little difficult for me, was just because
Yeah.
the energy level is so different.
I know. And
That's
that's where
true.
I get Eric. And he is kind of a techie person too, like a free spirit, but also techie. So I kind of had Eric vibes.
No,
It's
I
like
feel
you
Dusty-
really up there with the telephoto lens.
I feel
Yeah,
like Dusty definitely
exactly.
plays disc golf.
Yeah, I feel like we got a combo, an Eric John combo. I had Dave as preacher because he's laid back.
Yeah.
I had Kevin as Rabbit because he was the driver of the group,
Oh,
which puts John on top of the car, which I mean isn't in this. And I had John as Joe because he has some meteorology experience. He's more passionate about weather than us, and he just wants to keep getting higher, baby.
Also, when they're at the drive-in and Joe's like just sitting there looking at the tornado that's coming. Like-
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
John.
that's John.
That's John.
There's some John moments in there for sure. Well, we're down to the last two, our podium categories. So first we ask, does this movie let's try that again. Is this a podium role? Any of the top billed cast members? Does not compute. This should be interesting. let's go with our top build, which was Helen Hunter.
I say yes.
I said yes too.
I also
Yes.
said yes.
Now, looking back at her resume, she does have a best actress Oscar win in for her role in As Good as It Gets. There's too many prepositions in that fucking name. As
really-
good as it gets. God, I hate that movie.
For her role
it's
as
an okay movie.
Carol in As Good as It Gets.
Correct. So that's probably her gold medal. But
Yeah.
then after that, her resume kind of sucks, to be honest. It's not great. So I said this, and also since we can't count Mad About You, which I know is a show, I said probably What Women Want with Mel Gibson.
I have the exact same list you do, Matt.
Really?
Exact
I mean,
same
like-
list.
So she was also up for Best Supporting Actress for her role in The Sessions, but I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment on it. Never even heard of it, to be totally honest. So those are my three.
I didn't have 3, but I strongly agree that Twister is number 1.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. Oh, where did we land on Carrie Elwes' podium on the Robin Hood Men in Tights? Well, since you ask, I'll skip Bill Paxton first and go with Carrie Elwes. I said no for this role because it's not a big enough role for me in this, and he has some heavy hitters. Now, obviously, so we talked about him. Alex is referencing our Robin Hood Men in Tights episode, which we did with Sort of Kind of Funny pod. That was a blast. Those guys are hilarious.
Yeah.
And if I recall, we definitely said Princess Bride was his number 1, which I know
sure.
Alex mentioned in a comment recently that was his favorite movie of Carrie Elwes. I agree, at least. I mean, Princess Bride, top notch, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And then probably Men in Tights is probably number 2. He's so good in that too, right? He's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably say maybe Kiss the Girls is probably the next one, or Saw.
So yeah, and I think I put Liar Liar on that list. 'Cause
Oh,
he's-
you did. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fletcher. Wasn't his name Fletcher?
yeah, the stepdad.
Or was Jim Carrey Fletcher? I can't remember. Next we have Bill Paxton. What'd you guys say?
My gut is no.
I put no as well.
I'm gonna say yes.
As much as I want it to be, I don't think it is.
Yeah, this was a tough one when I look back as well. He definitely has a better resume than Helen Hunter. He has how many more times can I fit it in? So he's obviously been in Twister, Apollo 13, Aliens, Tombstone, True Lies, Titanic, Frailty. I ended up saying Aliens, Twister, and Apollo 13.
Yeah.
I put True Lies
I don't
3,
know.
Tombstone 2, and Apollo 13 1.
Nice, but you're so biased on True Lies.
I am. It's a
Don't-
small
don't
part. He's
hide
a
that.
used car salesman, Simon, but his parts are hilarious in that movie.
Last person to talk about, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Definitely no, right?
Yeah,
As
I'd
Dusty.
even write it down.
No.
I know, and
did the first 2.
what, Dave?
I only did the first 2.
Yeah. Obviously, Philip Seymour Hoffman's in way more in this. We don't have to go down his long list of accolades and how good he is, but
Yeah.
You can watch our Long Came Polly episode if you want.
yeah, exactly.
Go back to that one.
He's an Oscar winner for his role as Truman Capote. I mean, he clearly this isn't on there, but he is great in this. So we really enjoyed him in that. And then quick shout out to Alan Ruck, who was Rabbit. Big fan of his. Do you guys remember what movie he's from or what you recognize him in?
Ferris Bueller, right?
Yeah, he's Cameron.
Yeah.
He's also in Speed, which is the other John
Is he?
Dumont
Oh
film
yeah,
that we
he's
did.
one of
He
the
is.
passengers.
He's Stevens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And if you guys watch Succession, for any of those who do, he's hilarious as Connor Roy, the older brother of the group. The bony politician type, but yeah, a really good cast. That was the other thing that I enjoyed over Dante's Peak. The cast of this way, way better from a whole standpoint.
Yeah, I agree.
Undeniable. All right. Last category. Let's do it. This is a weird one, and I think we all kind of struggled with it. This week, thanks to Bill Paxton's device, Dorothy, we ask, does Dorothy podium on the all-time machines or devices with given names and a movie list?
I wish we had.
Say that 10 times.
Do you have a banner for that, Eric?
Let me get
Scroll
that.
it.
God, there could have. This was a hard one to come up with a podium. I'm not gonna lie.
We've already done the year, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Succession is good. He was also great and well known. Oh yeah, and Spin City. That's right. Can't count it on our podium.
This isn't the TV show podcast. This is the movie
TV
podium.
podium.
It's from movies.
This is for movies. Machine with human names. There we go. That's better, John. Thanks. All right, Dave. What did you have? This is a tough category.
All right. So at number 3, I guess Dorothy does not make my podium. At number 3, I have Zelensky's shrinking machine from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Nice.
At number 2, I have the neuralizer from Men in Black.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Yes.
And at number 1, I have HAL 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. This is where we're gonna be all over the place. Kind of.
Yeah, same.
Kevin.
My number 3. It's number 3 because I had to kind of stretch for this one, but it's Uncle Bob, and it's also the T-800 in Terminator 2: Judgment Day because they refer to him as Uncle Bob when he gets introduced to family.
Oh.
I said it was a stretch. It was a stretch.
No. So your answer is T-800, right?
The T-800, but Uncle Bob is the name
Uncle
he goes
Bob.
by. That's why I got by with that. I was going with
I don't
human
think it
names.
matters. Well, Eric or Dave didn't have names, so I don't.
Yeah.
Well, this
I
is where
think the
number
stretch
2.
was you including Uncle Bob, the name.
That's why.
First, number 3's Uncle Bob. Number 2 is Brother Jeff. And number 1 is Big Bad Kevin Boy.
Helen Hunter Helmsley.
But number 2 is Andrew, who is the robot thing in Bicentennial Man.
Oh
played by,
God,
Robin Williams.
that's your number 2.
That's my number 2.
What the hell is number
shit.
1?
Spice World.
No. Number
Underrated movies.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen it.
John's favorite movie. We should do Spice World.
It'd be John's
Yes.
pick.
Not.
Yes.
John's pick next year or this year in December.
Sorry.
Number 1 is a little bit different. I put Eleanor, the 1967 Mustang GT500.
I
Gone in
thought
60
about
seconds.
Eleanor.
Okay.
It actually crossed my mind. So did Ecto 1 Ghostbusters car, but I was like, I can't put a car.
Hey, it's a machine device.
But oh God, these are all
And
over
that's
the
what
place.
kept me from
Yeah.
doing like the DeLorean time machine.
I know.
And, like,
This is-
but now, like after Kevin doing like things that have machines that have people names,
I mean, that's.
Yeah.
I think
now I'm like, I feel like I did my list wrong, but it's fine.
It's your list.
it's your
Yeah,
list.
you're right, Eric. It is my list.
Yeah.
It's your list.
Get over it, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, get over it, Dave.
Kevin once did a list of top roles, only he did movies, and 3 of them were the same role. So
Wait,
I think you're fine.
Harrison Ford is.
Yeah. Harrison Ford as Han Solo in Star Wars. Harrison Ford as Han Solo in Star Wars.
One was episode 4, one is episode 5, one is episode 6.
Yeah.
365 days until the next Spice World movie. Try out. Eric, what about you?
I said no. My list is out there. So number 3 is Zordon from Power Rangers.
Hell yeah. Oh man, we are all over. Isn't he an alien? Like he's a human. Like
I don't know. He's a big machine.
living being.
He's inside a big machine.
But that's a projection of him, isn't it?
Hey, this is Eric's list, man.
This is how my brain interpreted
Maybe-
this prompt.
Maybe Alpha or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Alpha.
Isn't it just Alpha? I don't know.
Alpha 5. That's
Alpha
it.
5. Okay. I'm going to do Zordon because that's
Nice.
what's on my list. Number 2 is Data from Star Trek because he's a
nice.
machine.
There we go. Nice.
Right? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And then number 1 is R2D2. Now, I get that in that one, he doesn't have a person name. It's just letters and numbers. But I just realized that, and that's what I put on for number 1.
Okay, John.
I just realized that R2D2 is not a name. It's just nutters.
Well,
I just
Oh my
realized
God, this
that
is
was
all
supposed
over.
to be one of the qualifiers for being on this list.
this is all over. All right, so we got a couple before I go into it. Alex is asking 95 or 2007.
Oh, 95.
Valid
Duh.
question.
The one with Ivan Ooze.
Oh yeah, good movie. 2017, kind of a it's kind of a banger. John,
Yeah.
definitely good point. This list is an amorphous cloud. That's absolutely true. And exactly, thank you, Julie. He is a alien sentient being or he's alive because he's dying in that movie and they have to go to whatever planet it is.
Yeah,
I
they
wish
have to
I
go to
could
the other
remember that.
planet
To
and
like
get their ninja powers from the dinosaurs.
yeah,
Or
so that they could come back and
Yeah.
kill Ivan Ooze and bring Zordon back to
Yeah.
life.
hmm
Oh yes, Johnny 5 too. All right,
Johnny 5 is alive.
I'm just as in the. I mean, actually, crazy enough, 2 of mine are 2 of your answers as well. My number 3 is Tars from Interstellar.
Okay.
Funny,
Yeah.
witty. He's important with assisting in extreme environments, and it's kind of like Dorothy because he collects data. So I
Yeah.
thought that was probably the most similar. The other 2 are not as much. My number 2 is Eric's number 1, R2D2. By far the coolest droid, entrusted
Yeah.
by Leia to send a message, and is even in the final battle in A New Hope.
Yeah.
It's the most important droid. And my number 1 is Kevin's weird reference to number 3. Bad to the Bone. Da-na-na-na-na. I have T800 as well.
You mean Uncle Bob?
It's Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob. Sorry, that's what I couldn't remember.
I had to give him a person name.
Oh my God! Sent by Skynet to end the world.
Don't tell Casey Jones that. He hates
I knew
Skynet.
John loved Tars too. I'm a big Tars guy. What we got? Oh, look, I could give you a whole rundown of what Zordon is in the entire plot of both 95 and 2017. That's a whole other podcast. I think 2017 is pretty good. It's a fun remake,
Yeah.
or like an origin story is what it is. I guess in 95 you already know about the Power Rangers because they're
Yes,
just
John,
spinning it off
only
from the
me.
show.
Yeah.
I know, and I thought about Al as well.
How?
Hal.
I guess we could have said David from Prometheus.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's true. Michael Fassbender's character.
Mhm.
That's true. Yeah, this is such a bizarre one.
I also had Jarvis on.
Yeah,
on
I
my
thought
list.
it was too from
I
Iron
thought
Man.
about
Jarvis.
doing Jarvis or fuck,
Agreed. Hal
maybe,
does give
like,
you
a
goosebumps.
bunch of the
what does Al say? What's the biggest line he says? That's not what's the most famous line? Somebody help.
That's not a planet. That's a starship. That's not an asteroid.
That's no moon.
The moon. There we go.
No.
Shit.
You can't leave, Dave, or something like that.
I can't remember. It's been so long.
Wow,
since
somebody
I've
in the
seen
comments,
that one.
Google it, or John, who's there. Rabbits or androids might be robots.
Robots.
I know, but like Dorothy, is Dorothy a robot? I mean, kinda. I
She's
guess.
not a robot.
I know. That's why I'm like,
She's a device.
there we go. That's what I was looking for. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that.
That's what we say to Dave all the time.
What was the name of the thing that said "Danger, Will Robinson"?
Oh, that's from Lost
in
Time.
Space.
Or Lost in
in Space. Yeah.
That's it.
I believe it's
Yeah, but
just
what's
called
the
the
name of
robot.
What's the name of the robot that says that?
Yeah, I think it is. Good
I
question.
think I looked at, or I saw it on a list when I was researching this, but I don't know exactly.
I really like I wish we, honestly, looking back, I think we should have done devices not in James Bond movies. Because I liked Dave's "Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves" answer. It's like, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But that's a
Zelensky's drinking
gadget.
machine.
What?
The Zelensky's drinking machine.
Yeah, I like that. I was like, oh yeah, open the pod bay doors. That's the other one.
I believe it's just the robot
Yeah,
in Lost in
Ma-
Space.
Matthew Perry's in that, or yeah, isn't he in the like remake? No, it's not. It's the other one.
It's Joey from Friends.
Yeah, Matt LeBlanc. That's
There
it.
we go. I remember because I went to the theaters like 4 times to see
too.
that.
It was so bad looking back. They even
I
remade
just
it.
remember him having that thing that came, like the helmet that came up and over.
Yeah.
I think I just went for that because I loved it.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you.
We are done with our second week of Disastuary and moving on to the next one, which is A Day After Tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow. Is it really?
It's actually a week.
The
actually a
day
week from today.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it's a week from today.
A week. Jesus Christ.
I'm guessing the only other name that Alex can think of for Matt LeBlanc has to be Ed. Or was it Ed TV? Or Ed, the movie where he's the monkey. The monkey is the pitcher. Oh, it's just called Ed, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You guys talking about the horse that talks?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, the monkey that pitches and comes to the minor leagues. It's a really bad movie.
You
Anyways,
Planet of the Apes.
yeah. Actually, I think I name dropped it in our Batman and Robin episode, which has Ed. That's it. All right. Well, next week we have The Day After Tomorrow. Hope everybody watches that and hangs out with us next week. We're tuning out. Thanks for tuning in. And please like and subscribe, all that stuff. Bicycle.
I'm going to play the intro again.
Hell yeah.